Imagine walking into a room full of people and feeling instantly connected to one person across the room. You lock eyes, smile, and feel an undeniable pull towards them. As the night goes on, you find yourself gravitating towards them, drawn in by their energy and unable to break away. This intense connection and attraction can be exciting and overwhelming, leaving you wondering what makes this person so special. But it's not just about them. It's also about you and your unique attachment style. In this video, we will explore 4 attachment styles that make you fall in love at first sight. Before we dive in, please hit that like button if you're new here. Also, keep watching until the end because each point carries a valuable lesson for finding your happily ever after. No one. The first point, anxious attachment. Let's start with the anxious attachment style. Those with an anxious attachment often have a deep-rooted fear of abandonment or rejection. This stems from early childhood experiences where their needs were not consistently met by their caregivers. As a result, they develop a heightened sensitivity to rejection and a constant need for reassurance in their relationships. When they meet someone who gives them even the slightest bit of attention, they can quickly become infatuated, convinced that this person is the answer to their prayers. However, this intense connection can also lead to feelings of suffocating and possessiveness. The anxious partner craves closeness and intimacy, but their constant need for reassurance and fear of abandonment can be overwhelming for their partner. In relationships, those with an anxious attachment thrive on communication and emotional intimacy. They want to know their partner's every thought and feeling and are quick to express their own. This can create a strong bond and deep connection. It can also lead to jealousy and possessiveness when things don't go their way. If you have an anxious attachment style, it's important to recognize your tendencies and communicate openly with your partner about your needs and boundaries. While falling in love at first sight may be a fantasy, building a lasting connection takes time, trust, and understanding. By working through your attachment issues and communicating effectively, you can create a fulfilling and loving relationship that meets your emotional needs without causing unnecessary strain on your partner. Now let's move on to our next point. No. 2. Avoidant attachment. On the other end of the spectrum, we have the avoidant attachment style. Those with an avoidant attachment tend to have a fear of commitment and a strong need for independence. This is often due to early experiences where their needs were ignored or dismissed by their caregivers. As a result, they learn to suppress their emotions and avoid forming close attachments. When faced with the possibility of love and connection, they may feel overwhelmed and run away from their feelings. At first glance, this can seem like an aversion to love and romance. However, it's more about their fear of vulnerability and the potential for heartbreak. People with an avoidant attachment crave freedom and autonomy. They want to explore their options and make their decisions without feeling tied down. When they meet someone who challenges their need for independence, they may become defensive and dismissive, pushing the potential partner away before they can get too attached. Communication is key when dealing with an avoidant attachment style. While they may not be comfortable with expressing their emotions openly, they still need to know that their partner understands and respects their need for space. Building trust and a sense of security takes time, but it's possible. If you have an avoidant attachment style, it's important to acknowledge your tendencies and work on building trust and emotional intimacy with your partner. While falling in love at first sight may seem like a risk, taking the time to nurture a relationship can lead to a deeper, more meaningful connection that fulfills both of your needs. Point 3. The obsessive love. Obsessive love refers to a type of love characterized by intense, almost overwhelming feelings of passion and devotion towards another person. This intense focus on one particular person can cause someone to neglect other relationships and aspects of their life, such as work, hobbies, or friendships. People who experience obsessive love may feel an all-consuming desire to be with their beloved, constantly thinking about them and making sacrifices to prioritize their relationship. However, this type of love can also be problematic. People who experience obsessive love may become overly dependent on their partner for happiness and well-being, leading to feelings of anxiety or jealousy when they are apart. They may also struggle to maintain other relationships and can become isolated from friends and family. Ultimately, while obsessive love may feel intense and passionate at first, it can lead to unhealthy and unsustainable relationships. Moving on to our next point. Number 4. Disorganized attachment. Lastly, we have the disorganized attachment style. This is the most insecure of the 4 attachment styles and often leads to a fear of intimacy and a tendency to sabotage one's own relationships. Those with a disorganized attachment typically have experienced trauma or abuse in their early years, which leaves them with a distorted view of themselves and their relationships. As a result, they may feel a strong sense of shame or unworthiness, leading them to push people away and avoid forming close attachments. When faced with the possibility of love and connection, they may become confused and unsure of how to proceed. People with a disorganized attachment style struggle with trust and commitment. They may have a history of being let down or betrayed, which makes it difficult for them to open up emotionally and be vulnerable with their partners. This can lead to a pattern of short-lived relationships or a fear of long-term commitment. If you have a disorganized attachment style, it's important to seek professional help to address any underlying trauma or emotional issues. With therapy and self-reflection, you can begin to heal and develop healthier attachment patterns. While finding love may seem like a distant dream, it is possible to create lasting connections based on trust and mutual respect. As we wrap up this video, remember that while falling in love at first sight may be a fantasy, creating a lasting connection takes time, trust, and understanding. Each attachment style comes with its own unique challenges, but also the potential for deep and meaningful relationships. By recognizing your tendencies and seeking professional help when needed, you can navigate the complexities of love and find your happily ever after. Do not forget to hit that like button if you found this video helpful, and share it with others who may benefit from this information. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.